Do you remember the story game era? If so, you probably remember games like Camping, Airplane, and Cruise Story. These games were some of the peak times of 2020, also known as the quarantine era. Most Roblox users remember playing these. So today I will be explaining the four major parts of the story game era: the beginning, the peak, the copiers, and the end. Stage 1, the beginning. The beginning started with your normal camping games. The series was at its peak with dozens of YouTubers such as Dennis and Think Noodles playing it. Because these games were fairly unique, they quickly surfaced across the platform, making a huge staple in the community. Most of these games were fairly simple, with the overall objective of surviving poisoned food and surviving a few chases, with, of course, the occasional jump scare. Most of these jump scares were PNG, so they were pretty bad. Stage 2, the peak. Samson XVI, also known as the creator of Camping and the whole series, did something most people wouldn't do. He actually continued the series after his first game. Most people thought he would just stop, but instead he kept going, making Camping 2, Camping 3, Motel, Mansion, and Moe's Academy. But now, developers found something, a cheat in the system. Obviously, most of the games they made were horrible, but there was a slight charm to some of them. Just seeing YouTubers you recognize play something is enough to make a game good. Stage 3, the copying. Way too many devs were leeching off this one genre, and by then the whole charts were just blank story. It was like there was no soul behind any of these games. Many people say this stage is the reason of the fall off of the genre. The dragging of series of these story games like Airplane and Camping made players feel like games were rushed and weren't actually carefully produced. By then, YouTubers stopped posting about these games and started focusing on different stuff. Many games like Piggy and Blox Fruits were around to keep them occupied, and they sort of just shifted away from the whole story game genre. This also leads into a future video. Stage 4, the fall off. With all these clones, nothing really seemed like it should. All these games turned into is blatant slop. All of these games quickly died, with most averaging 3 to 100 players a day. By the way, 100 is very generous. By then, most developers were leaving the genre, with the occasional drops of some games such as Moe's Academy, obviously. The only one that seemed to hang on, though, was Field Trip Z, one of, if not the best story games there was, still averaging around 20,000 players to this day. Also, a little bit of a correction, it was 2,000, not 20,000, that'd be insane. I have no clue why this is still popular, but I do have a reason for why it might. It might be because of Jandal, a very well-known creator for his game Dusty Trip and Grow a Garden. This one game, however, was not enough to keep the game alive. I mean, the genre, what am I talking about? Ultimately leading to its demise in popularity. A lot of story games, though, are still, that I forgot to mention before, are pretty active. Like the Break-In series. This whole series carried the genre on its back in 2022. With the release of Break-In 2, everyone was back into the genre, but unfortunately, this also came to an end, marking the death of the genre as a whole. I'm just gonna list some of my favorite and most memorable story games because they need a shout out right now. They need a shout out. So number 1, they have Cruise Ship, Slumber Party Story, Submarine Story, Airplane, Circus Trip, Daycare, and especially Pet Story. I remember making an essay about this when I was younger in school. It was crazy. I even got an A on it. That's crazy. Maybe I can find a photo of me with the essay. I'm not sure. But yeah, this whole genre of 2020 absolutely shifted the platform. And after this, I don't know, but after the story game kind of died, it turned full corporate. I don't know what the problem with it was. But yeah, Samson absolutely cooked with this series, and yeah, I'm sad to see it go, to be honest. It was a very fun time. I just remember in Field Trip Z making all my teammates try and vote for the Dan ending, but they never did. They never voted the correct ending, and it was so frustrating. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, maybe leave a subscription down there, maybe, I don't know. Maybe leave a like, hit the bell, and yeah. Hopefully you get to see more videos of me, because I'm about to cover another one tomorrow. Goodbye.